The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Missy, K-Show. Missy, K-Show. Missy, K-Show. Questions, interviews, gossip, current news, movie, TV, radio, here we go. Hey, hey, you see Missy K. Hey, hey, you see Missy K. Her beauty and passion, talk music, passion, loose lips, red cup, love Joe. She's always on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Hey, how's everybody doing? This is your girl Lala, Missy K Loose Lips Show, and we have a wonderful, wonderful day we're gonna have tonight. We got these beautiful ladies and this handsome young man right here, but we're gonna start way on the right hand side so she can introduce herself.
It's your girl, happily divorced, Carly Carr, comedian. Hi.
Hi, that's your full name? Girl, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Put that up. Hi, I'm happily in college, Haley B.
That's right.
Long strong.
And we have this young man here. Who are you?
My name is Myers Clark. I'm an actor, comedian.
All right.
I'm glad to be here.
We got to have you, definitely. Okay, I am Lala, the sexy one of the bunch. Hey, we all sexy, but you know that's why I started off first. But anyway, let's go. First, before I get started with, what's on everyone's lips. Yes. This is the holidays, and I know we're not going to be here next week because of Christmas and stuff like that. And this is a time where people are depressed from people that they have lost. And last year, I know it was probably between me and Doris, Lady D's, it was probably like 8 people that we lost.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't know how she did it. I don't even know how I did it. Yes. So, for those who don't have like the support that we have, and you guys are actually going through a lot, not even being able to mourn, because there was a time that I wasn't able to. So what I want you guys to do is just, instead of mourning them, celebrate them. Yeah. Celebrate them as much as you can, because their time is already gone. You don't have to stop your life. Right. Just continue to celebrate. So I'm not going to keep going on that. We're going to keep going with my little topic today, Pastor John Gray. You guys know who
I love him.
You do?
I do. I posted 2 of his videos.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I posted 2 of his videos. He gave a feminism speech, basically, empowering women, black women.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I think he was talking about coverings and lids and stuff like that. Yeah. And how he started off first was, my wife went through so much stuff. Mm-hmm. I put her through so much. They've been together for 8 years. Yeah. So much. To now, at the end of the 8 years, this is my time to do for her, to make sure she's okay and give her everything that she needs and stuff. And my thing is, and this is part of the question I'm asked later on, why did she have to go through so much for you now to decide you want to give her everything?
It got hot.
Yeah. Why waiting so long? So now you want to go, and then so the spark of this conversation is he just bought his wife a Lamborghini.
Yes.
So through all of this stuff that he put her through, and now he wants to do so much, all I'm seeing is materialistic stuff. So does that materialistic stuff that you're giving him help with all the whatever he was having her go through? You're not up here, so I'm just saying. Was it abuse? Was it domestic? Did he have other women? Did he give her STDs? Did he kick her out the house? There was so many different things that this woman probably had to go through. Right. So now are you telling me that he can give you all this materialistic stuff and you okay now?
No.
That's all I want to
Tag
know.
on it.
Y'all want to speak up on it? Go ahead.
I'm doing my new Lamborghini. Let me tell you. So I'm going to get my Lambo.
Okay.
I'm like, this is cute. Thank you very much. And I'm going to dust off and all the BS you just told me. Out of here.
Welcome back, Haley B.
Vacation has done me well.
Well, he got her a Lamborghini SUV. So
Okay.
I guess it's kind of like the soccer mom version.
Oh,
$200,000.
But
Yeah.
$200,000. It's just, how does the congregation feel about that? Is that where your tithes are going? Are you funding his apology?
Thank you.
I wonder. He's gotten some support,
Right.
from his congregation.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, very.
He doesn't get any support from me in that aspect. It's ridiculous. So that means I'm going to do whatever I want to you, and then let me get you this 2050 spaceship, and you can fly down Crenshaw all you want,
Right.
and that'll make your nerves a little bit better.
Right.
I'm just saying my dignity is not for sale. Now, don't get me wrong. I would have took the car and the money. Don't stop. I'm not saying that.
The message is to me is you can put me. I'm not considered a good woman until I put up with all of the BS you have to offer.
Right.
How come I can't be the good woman when you first meet me that held you accountable for the stuff that you was doing? That's all I'm saying.
But it seems like it's.
I'm just thinking like
embellishing your butts off.
they're married. They've been married for 8 whole
years.
years.
Yes.
So for me to be married to you for 8 whole years of doing me squat, squat, dirty, muddy, 8 years. You gotta buy me a how much?
$200,000.
$1,000 car.
Right.
To what? Forgive you?
Put her through.
Some squat.
He never said what
Then
it
why y'all reading
was.
all this into what
Because
the man
we
said?
know what men do. That's all.
Oh,
I think the real question
Just
is,
the statement, put her through something.
That's what-
I got a general idea.
why does that
but
always-
why do I have to go through something?
Because if you didn't put her through that much, she would have got a Toyota
Right.
Yaris.
Why
I'm
do
just
you
trying
have to
tell you
keep
that's what
promoting?
happened.
My thing is, why do you have to keep promoting that you put her through so much if you didn't put her through so much?
Because
Why is that
because
always
of my-
it?
On what he's talking about, you can't interpret. You can't read into what somebody says.
Okay.
You have no facts.
Well, I'm wondering what he's pushing. If she's got the Lambo now, if they got matching Lamborghinis,
Right.
then, you
Say it
know,
louder for the people in the back.
matching Lamborghinis. Where is this church? It's called.
It's in, I
it's
believe,
called
North Carolina.
Relentless?
North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
North Carolina.
Yes,
North
yes,
Carolina.
That's where they do it back there. We need to go.
Yeah.
Do me wrong and then give me a
Yeah,
car.
but you get cheated on in Cali, you pretty much just get like, I'm sorry.
That's it.
I posted on your page. I mean, that was good enough.
No, I wasn't even getting sorry. It's we get into an argument. You wrong. I'm gonna wait for you to apologize, and I'm still not apologizing. I guess I'm single.
Pretty much. Moving along, 'cause this can be hot. Okay, so you remember the show Love Is? It just had the one season.
Right.
You should actually look at it. It's a really good show based on Black love and the different things that people go through without communicating or with communicating between a man who's been with someone else. It's actually a really good show. And now the director, Salim Akil, he's a director and a producer. He was just filed with a lawsuit of domestic violence, forcing some lady to have oral sex with him. All kind of little stuff going on with this man. And he's actually married. I think the young lady that was talking, she may have been dealing with him prior to, but it's saying within these 8 years he was with this woman. And her name is, as I look through it, Amber Dixon Brenner. If you guys have ever heard of her, she's an actor as well. But it goes in explicit details on what he was doing to her.
For how long?
When was this?
Recently, within the last couple of years. I mean,
During his
slapping her and
Wow.
forcing her to have oral. It's so in depth of what was going on with this young lady.
She
How
dealt
do
with
you
it.
force somebody to have oral sex? I'm just saying, because really wouldn't the ball be in my court if I got teeth? I'm just talking to you. I'm the only
talked
one.
about
Don't
that
say
before.
That. Okay. I'm just talking to you. I'm just saying, you want to force it in my mouth.
But even like the first...
Nemo. I'm a piranha.
I'm just talking to you.
Even the first and the second time, though.
It's Myers want to go now. Be like, can somebody open the door? No.
Right. Needless to say, they're canceling the second season. It actually was really... I think they're going to just look into all of the stuff that he's doing now. And
you got to know that OWN is Oprah.
Yes.
And she's not playing at all. No tolerance with that. And with what's going on in the media, in the Me Too movement, just recently someone else, they didn't get $120 million severance because they've had a domestic accusations.
Yes.
And so that's the climate right now. And I think she tried to get ahead of it. And, nip it in the bud, whatever it is, just to show that her network
is not dealing with it. Exactly.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Who would want that reputation following them around?
Right, because it just came out. So they just chose, you know what, we're just going to cut ties right now, because it was just a lawsuit that just put in. They haven't even went to court. It was nothing. He hasn't been arrested. Nothing has been going on. She just said, this is what we're going to stop it right now.
Right.
Okay, so, yes. So we're going to move back to what my question of the day was.
What's that?
Do you feel, and this is back to what the Pastor John Gray, in order for women to be even considered a good woman, they have to actually go through some stuff with a man. Do you think that's always the case?
Should I answer that?
I need you to answer that.
Well,
first.
I don't think a woman should define herself as being a good woman just because of what she takes off of a man. Mm-hmm. She's a good woman because of her own character. We're judged by our own character and our own. Yes, you do want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but I think that even iron wears out. There's a point where you're taking it because you're used to taking it and you don't want the change that goes with it.
Right.
I think a lot of women would like to leave a lot earlier because they feel that they're going through the same pattern.
Right.
And that pattern needs to be broken. But having said that, I've had experience where a woman stuck by me, and it did make me very appreciative of her and look at her in a different light. But at that time, I think I was a little bit more immature than she was.
Okay. What about you, Haley? How well, I should know, but how long do you feel that you could? How much of a level are you going to stay with a man? Because we do go through certain things, and they tend to say, how much you care about a person if you stick by them through the good and the bad. But there can be levels to the bad that you deal with.
I have a 3-strike rule. Very strict. Very strict. My thing is, personally, it's like, I feel like nobody should go through anything with anybody based on somebody's past. Do you feel me?
Right.
If you've been cheated on in the past, you've been broken in the past, you shouldn't let the past define what you have going towards the future.
Right.
But if I'm sitting here in a relationship and what you doing to me is looking a little familiar,
right,
it needs to be split.
Right.
Exit.
So, Carly?
My tolerance has gotten incredibly low since I became an officially grown woman.
Right.
So when I see that pattern, or if it's a lack of communication, or if I think that somebody is taking me for granted, I bounce.
Right.
Seriously. No, really, because your soul and your mind can only take so much.
Right.
And some people really are just emotional sharks and they don't even realize it.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you got somebody that's damaged, all they're going to do is damage you when y'all hook up.
Right. Well, this is your girl, Lala, with Missy K. Loose Lips Show. You can catch me on Missy K. Loose Lips Show on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and like I always say, we have this incredible group called Missy K. Loose Lips Show, where we get down and dirty, talk about whatever that comes to mind. We're going to come up next with Carly Carr, and we're up with our next break.
All right. But first I want to tell you about the Masters of the Dance Pop Locking Reunion. It is hosted by the OG Poetess and in part by Missy K Entertainment. And you can reserve a slot by calling 424-305-5880. And there's $500 to the winner. It's January the 9th, January the 9th, 2019 at 8 p.m. And that's the Masters of the Dance. If you got your pop lock on, don't be scared. Get up in there and jam on it. Come get your pop lock on.
Right.
$500.
All right. We're up next with our break. And up next, Carly and Haley.
Paper. 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 Paper.
Money on my mind and my mind on my paper. I be on the grind all the time for that paper. Riding in my scraper, same color as Japer. See a bad, but I ain't about to chase her.
Long time in the game from work and rap paper. Southwest Cali, Compton nigga, no faker. Only time for purple switches in the Lakers. Betting on the playoff, bring all your paper.
I do my thug thistle on the grind for that paper. Catch me on the block smoking green, getting paper. Got a few blunts that like to strip for that paper. And got an OT about to stack up that paper.
Better watch your girl, she keep looking, I'ma take her. I'ma take her to my spot and I ain't gon' have to. Nope, never been my style, all girls chase paper. And if she too loud, I'ma have to duct tape her.
Early morning and late night for the KK. Captain Courageous, pulling capers. Got time invested, going for my paper. Roadblocks, taking steel.
Get your bread up if you all about that paper. Ride with the stunners on, pockets full of paper. Wave to the haters, still mad, I'm counting paper. Boomer hit the track, now we all getting paper.
Never chase a trick, cause I always chase paper. They be on my stick because a nigga got paper. In the streets hustling, young paper chaser. Not the NBA, but I'm ballin' like a player.
I just look like this, but I'm way by my paper. Through this song, it won't take long to shape her. Gotcha, let the rhythm take her. All the way from the spot to the bank to get that paper.
Do a real big front row at the Staples. Got me a cougar chick, white girl Mabel. Just hit a lick, spread the money on the table. Hooked it with the click, now we all got paper.
Music on blast, I don't care about the neighbors. They don't understand how it is to change.
It's your girl Haley B on Kissable Nights, and we are back with Mr. Myers Clark.
Yes. All right.
So, how are you guys?
We're doing good.
It feels really good to be back after a long college semester.
Yes.
Thank you for the very warm welcomes.
Of course. Love you.
Okay, so tonight on Kissable Nights, as we all know, I am the baby of the bunch.
Yes.
So, I'm going to do an explanation, then I'm going to ask you a question. As a teenager now, we meet people, of course, all the time online or in person. And we have this stage called the talking stage. And then we begin dating, and then we begin, the long voyage. That's just teenagers, though. Are adults too mature for the talking stage? Or does that fall in between the dating stage?
You can go first. He was looking at me.
I'm probably the elders of the bunch. Yeah, there's a talking stage. Actually, it's combined these days with the texting stage.
Yes.
And finding out, what kind of communication is preferable. Some people don't like to text. I'm kind of old school. I like to hear somebody's voice.
Right.
A lot of the younger generations is not like that, but at the same time, as you get older, you don't want to waste too much time.
Exactly.
Not even a little.
Right.
You want to see what you need to see if it's a go.
Right.
If you can green light this picture.
So are you too grown for the talking stage? Because our talking stage lasts like 3 months, and then we can start going up.
3 months. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do.
I thought you were talking maybe a couple weeks.
Oh,
even if that is the stretch.
Let yours keep lasting 3 months, though. Okay?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. I would suggest that, especially I have a daughter that's 18, so I prefer that she stay in the talking stage long as possible.
16 years if she felt like it, right?
Right.
You know what? Yeah.
So like, Lala, how do you feel?
Well,
I need to go around the table.
I think the older we get, the more we know what we want. Right. If you playing games, we can talk all day, date, because you probably have some other people lined up. Mm-hmm. For me, I'm like, this is what I want. Are you able to get this to me? Let's date. We're going to go out. We're going to eat. We can talk over that. And if you want to be serious, then we're going to go from there. But it's not going to take me 3 months.
Right.
It's not going to take me 6 months. I know exactly what I want. And I know signs right off the bat.
Carly, my radio godmother.
But what they're not going to do is text me to death. Okay? Right. The only man that can text me continuously is my 15-year-old son. What's up, Jeremiah? Because nothing annoys me more than a man that wants to have a conversation via text. Right. I am completely grown. I need to hear your voice so I can know what the hell you're really trying to say to me. Right. So, no, I'm not going to nest with you for 90 days. Ew, ew. Right. I got my BS meter on alert, and I'm going to take me about 2 hours to really see, do I even want to go out with you? Right. And we're going to kick it. Because that's why I keep an extra set of keys on me and a car parked somewhere in the distance so I can get on to the crib. You feel what I'm trying to tell you?
You might have to call him an Uber or
something.
Right.
That talking stage is prime to me. Yeah. Like some people try to talk to me for like 2 or 3 days. Come over. Huh?
No, you stay in that. No, really, for you, and again, because you're young and you're growing and you're learning, that's wonderful. You should stay in that stage,
right?
Because you don't want to make that mistake. I can make a mistake and bounce back faster than you because I can get alcohol legally. You understand?
Right.
So, here's the pain. Legal. Yeah. So we want you to do it just like you're doing it now, by the book. Mm-hmm.
So how long is you guys' dating stage?
That depends.
You know what? I'm going to say it depends on how well we vibe together. Because you can go out, you can have fun, you laugh, and then sex actually has a lot to do with it. And I'm gonna say this: if his is good, if it's good,
she's thinking about somebody.
If it is good. You trying to lock that down now? Like, what we doing? I'm not trying to play no games. This is Are we together? Because my thing is, if we up there playing around, and I'm catching feelings, not that it's easy to do, and you talking to somebody else. Look, I'm like gonna run up on you. What's going on? Like, no. So that plays a lot with it. If you're not having sex and y'all just talking, and maybe it's okay. But if this is go next.
I'm not going to lie. After the first date, I pretty much know if I ever want to be bothered with you again. Seriously, I'm brutally honest with myself. I do not have time to play or waste because I could be asleep or laying in bed eating some white cheddar cheese puffs. I'm just telling you. Yeah.
They good.
So, yes. They're so good. They're always on sale at Target. 2 bags, $5. But anyway. I'm telling you, if we do not vibe on day damn one, then don't waste my time. My time is way too valuable. If you get on my nerves, I know it. Mm-hmm. You know when somebody getting on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I'm Carly's biggest fan, so I'm not gonna lie to myself.
Question: mm-hmm. But if you are vibing the first day, and you take it to the next date, and y'all do go and have relations, and it's not good, are you going to continue to date him?
I'm going to be very blunt with you right now. If the sausage is whack, Carly ain't coming back. You feel what I'm trying to tell you? I don't have to lie to you all tonight.
I'm just saying.
And if you ask me what the problem was, I'm going to say, are you sure you want me to give you the brutal truth? Because I'm from South Central in Vermont. I'm Mary Louise and Deacon Harris's daughter. I don't know but one way to give it to you from the hip. And if the sausage is whack, Carly ain't coming back.
That's right.
Come on now. I get me fired up.
I say this to that. No, not in
because some songs just be frozen.
Not in response to that, but as a man, you have to do it at the lady's pace.
Right.
Something my mom always told me: you can chase a girl as much as you want until she's ready to let you catch her.
Right.
And that's what the whole thing is. That as you're in attempt, you have to keep your antenna up to what pace she wants to go at.
Right.
And respect it either way. And if you're not willing to deal with it, if you're not willing to wait, like through the talking period,
the 3 months,
be up front.
I think Myers is getting it, y'all.
This might not be the right fit.
And I wish all men honestly felt that way from the beginning, because even though you're saying, it's our world, it's our playing field. The pickings are slim. Right. Our choices are limited. You know what I'm saying? I know more men to get their eyebrows done and wear makeup than more. I'm just talking to you. The pickings are limited. They're limited. In the entire name of Jesus, they're limited.
The entire name.
They're limited.
You ready? So, as far as this goes, y'all telling me, okay, to stick to my talking stage.
Yes.
With my 3-month plan, no premium. No premium, Carly.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you why we're telling you to stick to this 3-month plan.
Right.
You mess around and get you an advanced program. Woo-wee. You try to go through the 2-week accelerated course.
Amen.
You're going to drop the book, fail the test, and then we're going to have to find out where it stays. Come on, talk to me.
Let's go.
Unless you want me to posse up, you better go on and roll with that 90 days.
I think that's,
Yeah.
Yes.
Advice.
You have nothing but time ahead of you. You do.
I have all of the time.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's right. You have a million years ahead of you.
Yeah, definitely.
I like to consider myself still a virgin, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
And that just made your parents very happy.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Be proud.
Yes. Okay, now.
So, I'm wrapping it up.
Right.
This is take note, people, take note. As a child, still a child, teen adult, catch the adult.
Yeah, I know. I have a daughter.
Adult people, it's very prime. Okay, this has been Haley B on Kissable Nights for Hey. Catch me on my next segment. Get lit with Mr. Myers. I'm sorry, Mr. Myers Clark. And I'm about to tell you about this nice fresh fry.
All right.
I like to eat. Catch the Fresh Fry Fridays comedy show with Trey Love. It's a toy drive. So bring an unwrapped toy, co-produced by Creon Jackson at GDOT and blogtalkradio.com handsome self. Wow. Okay. Friday, December 21st, tickets are $15. Buy online at jspotcomedyclub.com. Starts at 8:30 p.m. Doors open at 7 p.m. 21 and over to enter. I'm not invited. To drink. 21 over to drink. At 5581 West Manchester Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90045. Please call 310-337-9057 to get in contact. And good night.
Awesome.
Right.
Yes, and we are up with our next break. And we will be with Myers and Carly again and get lipped. Is that how you do it? Okay.
Something as simple as in loving you, just as easy as it is. Every time when we're all alone, feeling so insensitive. True love that won't die. So let me tell you what it is, yeah. You're everything, everything you are to me. You're everything, everything, everything to me. You're everything, everything in every way, girl. You're everything, everything you are to me. There's just one thing that I wanna say. I'm so glad you're in my life. Being with you makes me a better man. Like being in paradise. A true love that won't die. So let me tell you what it is, yeah. You're everything, everything you are to me. You're everything, everything, everything to me, yeah. You're everything, everything, every way, girl. You're everything, everything you are to me.
Oh, okay.
All right. We're back.
So we're back. This is our segment, Get Lipped, where we're going to interview Mr. Myers. Clark, how are you?
Hey, very good.
I'm so glad to have you on our segment.
I am glad to be here.
Since we're sharing things now.
Okay.
I guess that it's been a little tossed. That's fine, though. Tossed and tumbled. So, Mr. Myers, tell us where you're from.
I'm originally from the Midwest. I was born in Minnesota. Kind of grew up in Detroit. And then I moved out to Oakland. So I've been out in the Bay Area for the last 10 years. And then I moved to L.A. a couple years ago.
Welcome.
I'm here. Thank you. I love L.A.
All right.
Love the land. So, you are an actor.
Yes.
How did you begin your journey as an actor?
It kind of started young. My mom had a friend who had a Broadway play called Porgy and Bess, and they needed some kids to fill out the cast. And I was one of the bigger kids. And one night I bribed this little kid to do his part with some candy, and I went on stage. And the stage manager was waiting for me after the after the show with my mom and my parents. I thought I was in trouble.
Right.
So she seen that I had a propensity to acting and put me in acting school.
Nice.
So I did plays and I'm starting to get into film and television and in comedy as well.
Awesome.
So how has the school boosted your journey since? Like, how has it helped you so much in your career?
Well, I look back and I say, well, anybody who is willing to bribe a little kid with candy,
right?
That is a calling. Just like the candy was calling him. It was a calling. Every role that I do leads to something else. So I feel like I'm on a journey with each character that I play.
Right.
Also, it's led me to get into comedy, which is my new passion. I was picked as an actor to be on the Steve Harvey Show to do a skit with Kim Whitley. Everyone knows Kim Whitley.
Yes.
So we did a skit called Dog Park Dating, right? So I got a chance to meet Kim, and we had like a offset little date. She came up to Oakland, and she was doing a comedy show with someone named Dave Arnold, who is a real big comedian. And he was like, man, you kind of like her, huh? And they did this little segment that was on her show on OWN TV called Raising Whitley. She had a show about raising her. And so he said, if you're serious about trying to be funny, and I do this thing called Art of Stand-Up, come out to L.A. and do it. So I did it. I was terrible at first, and then I found my groove. I like to talk about relationships. I like to talk about things that people don't talk about. And we did a showcase, and I got off stage, and I had 3 people, one from the Comedy Store, one from Flappers, tell me that they wanted to give me a night at their show. So I kind of realized I was on to something, But it was all led from the acting gig that turned into something else. And so now I'm down here, and I'm kind of doing it full time.
So what shows do you have coming up?
Well, I have a movie. Okay, we did a pilot. It was a TV pilot. Urban films, urban artist films. It was called Class in Session. And it was about Ladera Heights High School. And I played a coach. And so they took the pilot and they decided that they wanted to make a movie out of it instead.
Oh, that's good.
And so we will be filming in the upcoming year, and I'll be playing Coach Hayes, who is the Ladera Heights drill team coach.
Okay.
Yeah, you like drill?
I've seen a couple myself. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I've been with the groove, you feel me? Like, I've been with the beat. I can't dance. I'm sure I'm a co-host. I'm a dang good co-host.
Yeah, so that's one of the films that I'm working on. I'm going to do a short film. I will be at the Ha Ha Club in North Hollywood every second Saturday, and also I'm trying to get on Chocolate Sundays. That's when I'm trying to promote myself to get on Chocolate Sundays, which is at the Laugh Factory. On Sunday.
Making sure that was comedy.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
You sound like me.
Chocolate Sundays.
You know.
You're
so good.
The Laugh Factory.
You raised me. I'm like part Missy K, part Joyce, and part Lala. I'm like, what?
Chocolate Sunday.
I will be the cherry on top.
Okay, let's continue. Oh my goodness.
Y'all said 3 months.
See why you need 3 months?
Right.
Stick to the plan.
So my question, we have 2 comedians here. Do you see it being harder for women to get gigs as opposed to how men are getting gigs?
Well, I think there's a shift right now. Women are hot right now. They're just like, it's great to hear refreshing that angle of being like totally woman and not afraid to, that's there. And also, the Me Too movement has kind of shifted things for the men actors.
Right.
I mean, the men comedians, excuse me.
Right.
In that some of our material that used to be funny is kind of like, well, should we laugh at that?
Right.
And I try to attack that. I attack the edge, whatever the edge is. And right now, it's the Me Too movement is kind of
open a lot more doors.
It's kind of changing things, and it's in a good way, because we need to be aware of this inappropriate behavior that is unacceptable. But at the same time, it's like in 2018, every time I look up, there's a different man falling from some huge height. The CEOs and everybody's falling, and people are afraid not to, to get Me Too'd, because it's really affecting the bottom line for some men. So it's a slippery slope.
Interesting. When you talk about when you were doing acting opposed to the comedy, it seemed like it was just easy. You just got in there. At what point with the comedy and with the acting did you see it being a struggle for you? At any time, was there a struggle? Yeah,
it was, because acting, I would do comedic roles and it was somebody else's words. Okay. So I had nothing on it. I could say the words, be funny, but comedy is actually my experiences in my life. Okay. Which was harder to put out there. Well, what if it ain't funny? And that's the worst thing that a comedian could ever think is, what if it's not funny? Because then you're not gonna dive into the joke the way you need to. Right. So I just had to realize that it was it's a different thing. It's coming from yourself, and I had to be honest with myself and my comedy. Right. Okay. I'll give you a quick example. Taking Dave Arnold's class, I was having problems because I was throwing out my material because it was sexual. Okay. And he's just like, well, where's the jokes? I heard the jokes. Where are the jokes? Right. And I said, well, I didn't want to be that red foxish. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And he said, well, you know what? Would you rather have been sexual and funny, or just up there as a comedian saying stuff? And from that point on, when he said that, I've been able to deal with, you know, my inner demons and bring those things out.
Makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Carly, you have any questions for Myers?
Well, I don't have any questions for him, but the Me Too movement haven't really done nothing for Carly Carr. I'm just... No, I still get sexually harassed on a regular basis. I'm just putting it out there.
Wow.
But, no, for women, it is different, but I consider myself a raw comic from the hip. Right. So people sometimes step over me, and that's okay. I prefer it that way. So I think that as long as you're straightforward, then it probably has helped some women that are more like victims. I don't portray the victim. Right. So I'm upfront in the beginning. You proposition me, everybody gonna know about it. Day one. Right. Yeah, I told you I print a sign, a flyer, everybody. Bill did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how it should be. I think sometimes they try to go a little bit to get to where they need to be, and then when it gets out of control, then it's like, wait a minute.
Right, and a lot of female comics, I think, sometimes are afraid to take the hit. But if you bring the funny, and I represent and bring the funny all day, every day, big baby, bring the funny, then it stands for itself.
Definitely.
So, Mr. Myers, you said that you were into film, correct?
Yes.
So, if you had to put in one huge comedy movie, how would it go? Give me a nice span.
You gotta write a movie.
If you want a pitch of a movie?
And who would you cast?
Your movie, your script.
I think I would have a guy. I think it would be called Blunts and Stunts.
Okay, we already got the name.
Okay, it would be about a guy who is on the weed. He loves weed, but he loves a woman. And he has to choose between his weed and his lifestyle and his woman. And all the things that could happen in him trying to avoid being the weed head that he is.
You've thought this through, haven't you?
Yes, he has.
It just popped in there.
Blunts and stunts.
Because the first blunt.
We gotta have a ceremony.
I'm not mad at you.
I don't know.
I'm not mad at you.
What should I make a movie about? I'm not sure. He got a title,
right?
Exposition, and everything. Like, he's just so ready. What does he choose?
Huh?
What does he choose?
Well, it's got to be the woman. It's got to be. But it's got to, you got to get the guy. It's got the storyline has to go up and down. He's got to almost lose her, and then
almost loser. Loser. Didn't
Blunts
get back.
And stunts, huh?
Yes.
Blunts and stunts.
Wow.
We getting tickets.
I like that.
Okay, I'll see that. We're getting tickets.
All right.
Well, this has been Get Lipped with Haley B. Carly Carr. You can find me on Instagram at HAI_HAI_hey_6. Facebook at Haley Bell Lindsay. And Mr. Myers, where can we find you on social media?
Yes, my Instagram is Rugbeezy, RUGBEEZY. And I'm also on Twitter at My's Planet, but I only have like 3 followers, so you can follow me, or Facebook, Myers Clark.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want to put out any other events coming up, or?
Well, that's about it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna be hosting the Oscars. They've been looking for a host, so they finally came at me, and
the pre-party.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be a pre-party. Probably.
You must have smoked some of this.
If you're looking for a host, they've been looking for a host for the Oscars, so I just
didn't smoke the blunt
put that out there.
Okay.
We are going on break.
After that, we should. After that.
Said I'm tired of hearing the same thing. Playing around with another lover. How you doing this? Playing around. Say you need to do your own thing. Say you need to do your own thing. If you don't want me, yeah. Let me go then.
Starting out, it was so beautiful.
It was so beautiful. So beautiful, and I never felt this way now, baby.
I'll never let you take me back this way.
Tired of you telling me what to do, baby. Around with other lovers. Said I think you want for me tonight. Say you need to do your own thing.
Everywhere segment. It is a lot to fill her seat with all three buttons.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know how she does it. My mom's amazing, guys.
That's how she does it.
Definitely.
Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Kevin, MVIN, the poetess.
Yes.
We love you, Kevin.
Yes.
The poetess.
The poetess. Shout out to Lady D's.
Hey.
And I did MVIN. Okay. I got this. I think,
my.
No, it wasn't hasty. It wasn't hasty. It was more of a confidence level, like, critique. Got it? Okay. Okay, so, I'm not done grilling you.
Okay.
But I have a lot of grilling to do, so. La la.
Yes. Yes. I was going to fire.
I'm joking. So, with being a comedian, what is the hardest part? Like, I'm a host, okay? Mm-hmm. And with being a co-host, you have to keep the show going. Mm-hmm. And you have to come up with topics and questions and just keep it flowing. It's not a scripted thing.
Right.
So
yeah, improv is a big part of it. What I ran into as a problem is seeing what the crowd is feeling and checking in with the crowd, because the crowd kind of determines what your material will be, because you always have to have something in your back pocket just in case you're dying up there, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to switch on a dime. The other thing is, I mean, this is a real basic thing, but that really kind of threw me off with comedy is that light. And having they put that light on you, boy. I'm telling you, the thought just goes out your brain sometimes.
Right.
It's just like, you know, do I go to the light? What is the light? The light. And then you can't see nobody. You like, it's a good looking crowd out here. You can't see nobody. It's lonely up there. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in closing, do you have any advice to give to the people out there who want to become a comedian or an actor?
Never give up. Never give up.
Yeah.
You always are in the race as long as you can go to the mirror and go and see some breath on the other side.
Right.
You are in the race. Never give up, because a lot of people have given up right before they're about to taste the victory cup.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, you're here for a purpose, and if you feel that this acting and this comedy is what you want to do, put everything in it.
Do it all.
That's great advice.
So is comedy and acting your limit? Is there anything more in life that you really want to do or succeed at this point?
Well, yeah. Well, right now, that's my apex. I do want to do some traveling. I haven't done as much traveling as I want to do. I want to see a lot of different. I want to go to the motherland. I want to see a lot of things in my life. But right now, I'm concentrating on the pond. Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
Taking it slow. Okay, Carly.
All right. Well, I just want to reiterate again the Masters of the Dance Pop Lock-In Reunion. Lest we not forget. January 9th. 2019, 8 p.m. until you're popped. I'm not really sure exactly what time that will be. But you do have an opportunity to win $500. Nice. It's hosted by OG Poetess and in part by Missy Entertainment. You can reserve a slot again at 424-305-5880.
Hey, y'all remember the Pop Lock and Drop It?
No, that's a different...
Yes. Go ahead. Go. Pop.
Yeah. That's why we said go ahead and take that whole 3 years.
Just the whole 3.
That's why we know you need
the
that
3 months.
Because that's what you want to talk about right now. That's what we know you needed that.
Drop it.
That 3. Yes, Lord. I know. I don't pop it for free no more. Yes, well, once you get to a certain age,
thank you.
If I'm gonna pop it, it's gonna behoove me somewhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to behoove me in some way because the God I serve would not want me to pop live and drop it for free $99.
Can I get an amen?
Can I get a witness for anybody over 45 in the entire name of Jesus? Come on. Work with me. Don't get me started today. I wish I had a praying church. Amen.
Come on. We here.
Somebody with some kids that eat too much want to holler. Is there one? Somebody that got a daughter that got tuition due the first of every month. Is there one?
We got one.
Come on. These braids is growing out of the front. I got to do something else next month. Is there one? Don't get me started. So to answer the question, no, I'm not going to pop lock and drop it.
Not for free. Not for free.
By the way, Jeremiah, that was for you.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Your mama stands low down. Do not forget about the Fish Fry Fridays comedy show with Trey Love. It's a comedy show, baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a toy drive, so bring in unwrapped gifts. Do not be selfish. Co-produced by Crayon Jackson and G. Dot. Listen to Lewis at gmail.com. Tickets are $15. Buy online at jspotcomedyclub.com. Starts at 8:30 p.m. Doors open at 7 p.m. $20 over to enter. I am not allowed to go. Do not ask. At 5581 West Manchester Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90045. Please contact at 310-337-9057. And this has been Missy K's Loose Lip Show. You hear with girl Haley B. I'm hot.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Again, find me on Instagram at heyhey.6 and on Facebook at Haley Bell Lindsay. That's Haley, HAILEY -BALE, not like the princess, BELL, even though I am a princess. Don't forget.
This one.
Carly, where can we find
Well,
you?
you can catch me at the Family Room on Friday, the 21st. Right. So please come through and check me out there. And then on Wednesday, the 26th, I'll be at the French headquarters. It's another tribute to Ricky Harris. So I'll be bringing the funny to you all to come through.
Yeah, that's
you all too. Yeah,
even me, it's not 21 and over.
Yeah, no, I was pointing past.
Right on past you.
Yes, yeah.
I'm there.
Y'all the road through.
That's my Uncle Ernie Club.
Look, here we go.
anyway.
Now she's gonna throw in some family. That's my uncle. He gonna let me in the back door. It's on Wednesday the 26th at the French headquarters, and Friday the 21st I'll be at the Family Room. You can find me on Instagram under Rebirth of Carly Carr, or on Facebook under Carly Harris Carr. And don't believe what you see written about me on any walls out there. Don't find me on that. Don't I?
Oh,
Mr.
my
Myers, where can we
goodness.
find you?
You can find me on Instagram, RUGBEEZY, or on Facebook at Myers Clark, and Twitter, Myers Planet. Also, I will be playing the Haha Room every other Saturday, and look for me on the big screen.
Awesome.
Oh, definitely. All right.
And
you can find me everywhere under Missy K. Loose Lip Show.
Yeah.
On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, also Black Storm 29, where I promote Black love throughout the community.
Awesome.
All through.
Love
Yes, definitely. So check
more
that
about
out.
that.
Definitely.
This guy.
Black love.
And that has been our show. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I've had so much fun.
Yes.
And people, we are out. Good night.
We out.
Fly.
Missy K Show. Missy K Show. Missy K Show. Questions, interviews, gossip, current news, movie, TV, radio. Here we go. Hey, you see Missy K. Hey, you see Missy K. Her beauty and passion, talk music, passion, loose lips, breakup, love Joe. She's always on Facebook, Instagram, taking calls on the telephone. Sexy if you say so. It's the Missy K Show.